Geometry Dash records that will never be broken.
From people beating levels with their Johnson to levels that last decades, here are Geometry Dash's most insane world records.
With their Johnson is what bro just said. I'm just gonna cruise.
Beginning with the player Mewtwo, who treats Bloodbath as a warm-up, beating the level 6 times in a row, setting a nearly unbeatable world record, but you will be surprised by what you would find in later entries. Would DN top 1 bust, having over 2 million attempts on our current top 4 named
2
Tidal Wave,
million?
and you're probably asking yourself, how is it possible to rack up all these attempts? Well,
Yeah.
Geometry Dash is an extremely grindy game, especially when you get into harder completions. This is no different in the case of DN playing Tidal Wave for over 2 years. He would acquire runs such as 25% and 22 to 39 and receive a lot of traction because of it. But that begs the question, would this record ever be beaten? But I'm
Yo, like isn't that crazy, chat? How do you rack up? Honestly, like I feel like even I have a lot of patience, but I don't even have the patience to rack up 2 million attempts on a single level. Do you guys think you guys could ever rack up that many attempts, like genuinely on a single level? Do you guys have that patience? Let me know. I'm curious. I'm really curious.
sure most of you know, Geometry Dash players play with a keyboard or even a mouse. But what if I told you someone played with a Wii remote? Well, retired YouTuber Matchinius took this idea.
Kimitsu says, yeah, probably in a single night. You think you could rack up 2 million attempts in a single night, Kimitsu, bro? Maybe you could, bro. You are
next level, beating an extreme demon named AQ with a Wii remote in a banger video where he took inspiration from GD Colon, where he would also beat levels on a Wii remote, but they'd be a lot easier. But with that, Matchinius became the first and only Wii remote victor of any extreme demon, and to this day, no one has challenged this record. Will you? Next, we have the player named 1Alpha Helix, who beat an extreme demon while simultaneously solving a Rubik's Cube. 1Alpha Helix is a well-respected content creator, known for his dedication and his informal videos. But in December of 2022, he'd conquer his most ambitious challenge yet when he'd beat Misty Mountains, an extra long extreme demon, while solving a Rubik's Cube, making him the first to do so. But hey, it explains his profile picture.
Dude, okay, I can't lie. That is like incredibly creative though. Like, how do you even come up with doing something like that? Could you guys imagine solving a Rubik's Cube while completing an I would, bro, like you'd have to fold under pressure, bro. You're beating an extreme demon. And you're doing something that 99.9% of the population can't do, which is solve Rubik's Cube at the same time. Like, that's crazy, bro.
Pretty well, but similarly to Matchinius, this record would be untouched to this day. But
Pro
on the
might
topic
be on the
of
spectrum.
Demons, Bloodbath is a level with over 3,400 victors, but one stands out amongst the rest. Kellencraft is an 8-year-old Geometry Dash player who beat Bloodbath, making him by far the youngest victor. But he wouldn't just.
And I'm not even trying to say this in a disrespectful way, because it's like no disrespect, but like you have to be like genetically, like so gifted to be able to have that kind of hand-eye coordination, that type of like memorization. Like this kid is probably, I mean, no, he's definitely gonna be like the next Zoink in a few years, bro. Like it's not even a question.
He'd go on to beat Sonic Wave.
Sonic
Wave. See him as a potential top player for years to come.
Yes,
but
bro.
Many of you may know, Geometry Dash isn't only difficult due to the raw skill required to complete levels. You also get nervous far into levels, causing you to make mistakes. But it can also cause you a trip to the hospital, as many players exceed heart rates over 200 beats per minute, which is known to be potentially fatal. This case stands strong with our record holder Invix, who reached a dangerous 232 beats per minute when he finally beat Hot Rod. But would this record be?
Yo, chat, is that like something that you should hold pride in? Like 200 beats per minute heart rate? Like that's like you would die. Like imagine, yo, could you imagine someone's like, I'm gonna go for the highest heart rate in Geometry Dash. Could you imagine someone was going for that world record? Like that would be insane, right? Like that would be insane.
Life-threatening? Let's just hope no one ever tops it. But on a lighter note, do you know the top 20 Extreme Demon Slaughterhouse? Well, the Golden Bow beat this level with their. And no, I'm not joking either. They went about this generational achievement by beating the entire level normally until the last jump, when they would pause and whip it out, completing Slaughterhouse. This completion would place it number 1 on one of the best demons lists ever made. And what list was?
So you're telling me that there is a human being who beat an extreme demon with their Johnson? Are like what, chat? Like genuinely, like are we dead ass? Like what are we doing with our lives at this point? What is humanity gone to at this point to get? Yeah, pictures or it didn't happen. Himitsu, bro. I don't know if I should agree with you or just be like disturbed and disagree. I mean that's probably what I should do.
Well, it was the Johnson list, where they did the same thing as the Golden Bow did on
the Johnson list. Yo, we need to get this guy on a different list, if you know what I mean. No, I'm trolling.
Slaughterhouse, with over 20 records currently on the list. But if we get 5,000
That is
subscribers by the
insane.
end of the year, I'll stream myself beating Allegiance for this list. But that's not all players have done on Slaughterhouse, as top player Trig and W Popoff would come together and beat the level in Deathlink, which is a mod where both players are linked together, meaning if either of them die, they both do. This wouldn't be the only example of top players using this mod to set records, as the prior record would be held by Doogie and Zoink, with them completing Shimmer, a top 100
That's
at the
actually
time.
sick.
But with this mod increasing the difficulty by miles, they'd personally place this achievement in the top 15, but after Trick and Popoff's Slaughterhouse completion, no one has been able to top this, and it's for good reason, with this being nearly impossible for even top players to do.
Yeah, I
But
bet.
Popoff would go even further with Slaughterhouse, beating it 3 times in a row, which some say
Dude,
is
that's
the hardest
insane.
achievement in Geometry Dash's history. Alright, but besides the point, beating a level 3 times in a row has been an ongoing trend throughout the community for a long time, with them marking this achievement as blank level is
Chat,
dead,
I would beat Slaughterhouse 3 times in a row, but I don't want to dethrone people that, you know, work harder for it and deserve it potentially more, you know. I'm just a bit humble. I know people say it's impossible, you know, liking and subscribing to my channel. I'm just really humble. I'm just trying to be humble about it and everything like that. I would beat Slaughterhouse, but you know.
Popoff now being the world record holder of the hardest version of this, likely forever. But on the topic of beating levels multiple times in a row, the underrated
Is that a W
player
call to
named
action?
Nev would beat the former hardest challenge named VSC 2 times in a row in around 1.2 million attempts. With this level having over 61 60Hz frame perfects and taking top players over 100,000 attempts on average, I don't think
Yeah.
this record would ever be topped, unless Popoff had to say something about it. So this record might be in the books for good, but that stands true with our next record as well, with the creator making a level that lasts over 68 years. Timeless by Cyrillic set a world record for having the longest level in Geometry Dash history, with him exploiting a bug inside the game's editor that no longer exists. And obviously, this would be genuinely impossible for any human to beat. Well, hey, maybe we have a player playing it in the background, waiting to release their progress. We'll have to see in about 68 years. But what if I told you there's a level even longer? Well, Emptiness by Pill would be 100 times longer, beating
What?
the record with flying colors, being 42 octillion years long. And if we see someone make progress somehow, we just know they really need a job. We still have a level that got verified.
Yo, 42, did you say 42 octillion years long? That level is not, yo, chat, that is, chat, we really do need to get, more people just need to get jobs in our current, dude, this is getting really bad, I'm gonna be honest. That's how old you are, Unk. Chat, I'm not even 20, dude, I'm not even 22. I'm not even 22 and you guys are saying I'm 42 octillion years old? Like, what are we?
That was so long, it
Yo,
ended
chill,
up
bro.
breaking Geometry Dash entirely. Purgatory by Nifty is a 16-hour level that took them over 100 hours to beat, with them finishing it on stream and breaking their previous world record, which was
100
Desert Bus,
hours?
an 8-hour level themed off an old NES title of the same name. And if you thought that was absurd, well, players took beating levels with different inputs to the next level, with a player named Judas beating an insane demon with his foot, being one of the only demon completions recorded with the player only using their feet to beat it. And hopefully, this will be the last, because this shit's weird.
Yeah.
If you played Geometry Dash before, you
I mean,
most
dude, it's not as weird as beating a level with your fucking Johnson. Like, what are we even doing at this point? I mean, dude, I did not need to know that. I mean, it's kind of interesting, actually, if I'm being honest.
likely heard of the best player named Zoink. Well, he took it upon
Yeah.
himself to start beating extreme demons with a paw, which he'd dominate, beating a top 50 with literal paws on. Like, how do you do
Yo.
this? Spare me some skill, bro. I need this. But nothing can compare to our next entry, with Braden Bowl doing
Diddy
the
is
unthinkable.
coming- Diddy is
Making
coming
Carmel's
for
most
this
iconic
record?
level, Black Blizzard Invisible. And somehow, after 178,000 attempts,
What?
he'd come out on top, verifying it, making him one of the only extreme demons beaten Invisible at the time. But soon after, he'd come back to do something even harder, turning Sunset Sandstorm completely invisible, a level that is 120
crazy.
spots over Black Blizzard. But surprisingly, he still managed to pull this off. This next record is generational, with the player fluking an extreme demon from 0%. The player named Skyro is a controller player who was casually playing the level named Erebus. He'd play the level in practice mode and get it all down. And little did he know, he'd get the entire level down faster than he expected when he'd start his first attempt from 0 and beat it with 0 deaths.
Dang,
Making this by
bro.
far one of the most difficult records to beat, but there is a record that's nearly unbeatable, with the Geometry Dash rating standards being at an all-time high, which has levels like this only getting star rated, and some being downright ignored. But it wasn't always like this. Back in the start of Update 2.0, Carmel had a silly idea to turn the most recently released...
Someone beat Slaughterhouse at 0.3 opacity, practically invisible. Are you serious? Wait, there's no way there's no way. Chad, I feel like at some point though, whenever you're playing levels like Slaughterhouse, you kind of just memorize the click pattern, and like sure it's like important for visuals, but at the same time, if it's 0.3 opacity and you can kind of see what's going on and you can recognize everything, I feel like it's not really that bad, right? It's like you can beat it if you can get any sort of visual representation of where you are in the level at all times, and you know the click pattern. I feel like at that point it could be potentially like actually possible for it like to beat the level, you know, even at like 0.3 opacity, like you said, which apparently happened. So yeah, but like and subscribe if you guys think that's even possible at all.
Level named Deadlocked and make it completely invisible. Thankfully for him though, he had a connection to RobTop himself, so he verified the level, told RobTop, and got himself. He's
planning to beat it invisible, bro. Thing is, even beating it like 0.3% opacity compared to invisible is like, that's like so much more difficult. Like it may not seem like much, but that is genuinely so much more difficult.
Level, and with this
level
I feel like we all know around
that,
10
right?
seconds to be made, there's a nearly 0% chance to beat this record today. But our next record was also based around the creator Carmel, but for some very different reasons. With Bgram going to Twitter on March 7th and uploading a video of YouTuber GMD Blue blocking Carmel and record pace. This would slowly become a trend, with people even getting the record down to 1/10 of a second, which I'm honestly not even sure if it's real.
What?
Because just look at this. But another insane accomplishment.
We're getting world records for blocking players now? Chat, like jobs exist. Like what are we even saying? Lock the fuck in, guys.
What really knows about is Extinct beating Cognition. Wait, Cognition is only 130th on the demon list? Why is this here? Well, Extinct is actually legally blind in one eye, making his vision very limited. And with a game like Geometry Dash where every click matters, and you having to change what you're looking at consistently, this makes this achievement actually insane. But he wouldn't stop there, as he's currently going for the top 75 level named Unknown. But this final entry is the craziest of them all, which I'm currently on the journey to dethrone, with SD Slayer beating the Extreme Demon Allegiance over 65 times, which is really impressive, with this level usually taking people around 2,000 to 5,000 attempts. But this was nothing for SD Slayer, as he'd treat this level as an easy demon, as he'd beat it in one attempt on multiple occasions. But as I said before, I'll be streaming my attempts at dethroning this record live on this channel. Pray for me, I need it. But that's about all I got for this video. I hope you all enjoyed the insanity of Geometry Dash players and what they will go through to make history. If you haven't already...
Dang, bro. Wait, so this video was 8 months ago. I wonder if he actually beat the world record. Anyways though, appreciate you guys for watching the YouTube video. If you guys did go on to enjoy, drop a like and subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you all in the next one. And also, yeah, join the Twitch stream too. Join the Twitch stream. Peace out.